Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to another MAMJ Let's Play of Danganronpa. When we left off, we found out that Sakura was indeed the spy for Monokuma, and I went around and kind of made friends with a few more people, and hopefully we're on the right track, but it is now nighttime, and we're about to go into the world of dreams with Monokuma.
校内放送です。午後10時になりました。ただいまより夜時間になります。まもなく
What is he drinking every night? Not red liquid.
されますので、立ち入り禁止となります。ではでは、いい夢を。おやすみなさい。
Good night, Monokuma. Nighttime already. Tonight feels somehow uneasy. We still haven't settled things with Sakura. Everyone's in a terrible mood. I just hope nothing happens tonight. I hope so too. After I declined the offer to become a shrimp, the tech support lady refused to drop the issue. Once the shrimp idea was dead, she came back suggesting I should be a crab instead. How much can one person love crustaceans? I said no, of course, and she shot back. Okay then, how about, to make you extra special, you can be a crab that walks sideways and backwards. But how's that any better? I don't want to go sideways or backwards, I want to go forward. I heard her annoyed sigh on the other end of the line, and then she said, "You don't see the splendor of the crab. Haven't you ever heard of the tale of the crab and the monkey?" Of course I heard it. I know all about it. But so what? The crab beats the monkey, but it's just some legend, hardly relevant in our greed-obsessed modern society. Sure, monkeys still show up in movies and stuff from time to time, but not crabs. Monkey-themed clothes are sweeping the fashion world, but the crab doesn't stand a chance, right? What I'm saying is, crabs have no place in today's light-speed world. Do your market research, lady. Which is why I chose the always popular bear image. More origin story from Monokuma that we're probably not really looking for. He's drinking in the morning too. Good Lord.
朝です。7時になりました。さて、今日も張り切っていきましょう。
Okay, here we go. I need to do something about Sakura. I better go to the dining hall and talk to the others about it one more time. Okay. Ooh, ah! Huh? Was that someone screaming? I think it came from the dining hall. Uh-oh. Run! What's going on? Oh, Makoto, we got a big problem, man. What's wrong? Look! Hito's finger shook as he pointed. Whoa! She stabbed her. She's not dead. Seriously, she's not dead. Open your eyes. No way she's dead. Why? What happened? Well, Toko and Hina just all of a sudden they were yelling and then they knocked the pepper off the table. And that led to a sneeze. Her giant balloons are a little too perfect, aren't they? I might be flat, but at least mine are real. Look at my shapely collarbone. Doesn't it just totally set you on fire? Anyway, you totally non-adorable boys, just get her out of my sight, okay? Or else. I'll start cutting and cutting and cutting and indulging myself for who knows how long. Okay then, let's get Hina to the nurse's office. Come on, Hito, help me. No, but genocide, she doesn't kill girls. I mean, I know she's psycho and I shouldn't be justifying anything, but I don't know. Genocide Jack's abrasive laugh chased us out of the room as we carried Hina away. By the time I finished taking care of Hina's injury in the nurse's office, she seemed to have finally regained her composure. Thank you. Are you sure you're feeling better? Yeah, it really was just a scratch. But still, that was super close. If I hadn't yelled out, you'd be dead right now. It's all thanks to me, you know. Yes, well, 1,000 times thanks to you, sir. So sarcastic. This makes you sound even more hostile. Let's talk to Hina. Hey, Hina, what the heck happened? Oh, we just got into a fight and I lost my temper and flew off the handle. Let me guess. The fight was because of Sakura? At first, I just tried to ignore it. If you let jerk buttholes get to you all the time, you'll never have time left to live your life. But she wouldn't let it go. So I just, without thinking about it, I just wanted to punch her like a dozen times. A dozen punches isn't really without thinking. And when things got out of hand, Genocide Jack got let loose, right? It's my own fault, but I just couldn't take it anymore. Because she was saying all these terrible things about my friend, you know? Before I knew it, Hina's eyes started welling up with tears. And just as those tears were on the brink of spilling over, the door to the nurse's office burst open. I thought the door was going to fly off of its hinges. And there she stood before us. Hina. Sakura! You're hurt. What happened? No, nothing. It's not that big of a deal. Makoto, Hiro, what's the meaning of this? It wasn't me. It was Genocide Jill. It's all the demented murderous fiend's fault. To hurt Hina. To leave me alone. But hurt her. What is this? Yeah. I'm okay, really. It's just a scratch. Oh god, she's pissed. He's freaking out. Hiro, if you want to hate someone, hate me. If you want to hurt someone, hurt me. I don't hate you, exactly. Why? Somebody save me! Hiro nearly tripped over himself as he ran screaming out of the nurse's office. But just a second later, what's going on? What's all this noise about? Kyoko stood in the doorway of the nurse's office, taking Hiro's spot in the room. I gather that something's happened? Kyoko, please! You have to stop Sakura! You don't need to stop. I'm okay. I'm not going to do anything. I'm drawing a line here, right now. Drawing a line? Goodbye. Wait, Sakura! Hina sprang into action, leaving the nurse's office to chase after Sakura. The only ones left were the two silent ones. So hey, how's it going? How you doing? Weather good? Kyoko? Are you still mad? Yeah, I figured. It's fine. Huh? About that issue we discussed earlier. It doesn't matter anymore. Anyway, there's something else I wanted to talk to you about. I had a feeling I didn't want to bring up the issue. What is it you wanted to talk to me about? Actually, I'd like you to come somewhere with me. I have business there. Where? Just come with me and you'll find out. I guess, but where are we going? That issue, I guess? Then you forgive me for not being able to talk about it? You could have told me that Sakura and Monokuma were fighting, but you stayed quiet. You were only thinking of Sakura, and that's why you didn't tell me, right? You didn't want to confuse everyone until you could talk to her and be sure of what you saw. That's what you were thinking, and that's why you didn't tell me, right? Yeah. To think like that. I wouldn't have expected such arrogance from you. What? Because ultimately, that means you don't trust me. No, that's not it. But if that's how you feel, I really can't change your mind. I'm sorry. It's fine. I've already forgotten about it. Besides, I may have overreacted. She's blushing! Oh! Huh?
とにかく
Anyway, it's over and done with. Like I said, let's just forget about it. Okay, thank you.
行きましょうか
Well, shall we get going? With her typical indifference, Kyoko turned and walked away, setting a brisk pace. Kyoko! I hurried up to catch her. She walked ahead in silence, and in silence, I chased her, and eventually, we arrived. The boys' bathroom? Nope. Back here? The dressing room? So, there's something else you mentioned.
ええ
That's right. It has to do with alter ego. But you said we didn't need alter ego anymore.
違うわ
I didn't say we didn't need him. I just said he had done his job. Besides, it's not us that fears alter ego. He has business with us. Huh?
そう
Alter ego asked me to bring the others to come see him. Apparently, he has something he wants to ask us. Alter ego wants to ask us something?
そう
Okay, should I just go straight to alter ego then? Hello. Oh, so it's just the two of you? Kyoko and Makoto? Kyoko's fingers glided across the keyboard. Is two not enough? No, it's okay. Two should be plenty. But what is it he wants to ask us?
ええ
Let's find out, shall we? Kyoko typed in the question. What did you want to ask us? Oh, yeah, so I'd like you to take me somewhere where you can connect me to the school network.
え
What? Kyoko and I quickly glanced at each other. She replied, Why? Well, you said my job was done, right? But to just stop here, saying I finished my work, I don't want that. I want to keep being helpful. Sorry, I heard alter ego talking like right when I was saying it. I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else so that we can all get out of here. That's what Master would want too. So, to help everyone else, to solve the mystery of this school. The only way I can help is if you connect me to the school's network. But if you did that, that's basically suicide. I'm positive the mastermind will find out about it. They'd find you and they'd... You agree, right, Kyoko? I realize how dangerous it could be. But still, I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So, it's okay. It's for the sake of everyone else. I won't be afraid. I couldn't help but get lost in that voice. It was just too committed, too admirable, too fragile.
ね
You remember what you asked before, Makoto? You asked what the difference is between a person and a program, right? Yeah.
え確かに
When I talk to your alter ego, I don't know. I have no idea how to answer that question. I think maybe that's a question even the program's creator can't answer. But I can say this.
そう
There's no question that alter ego is our friend. Kyoko,
私は
to be honest, I didn't want alter ego to push himself anymore. Because if we take any more risks, the mastermind really will notice it. But
苗木くん
let's do it, Makoto. Let's connect alter ego to the network. But
ね
he's our friend, so I want to take his feelings into consideration. And he says that he wants to fight alongside his friends.
えもし
If you were in his place, could you just sit by and do nothing in this situation? If you saw everyone else fighting and doing their best, could you just look the other way? Or would you stand up? Stand up tall next to everyone else and tell them you're their friend. Hey, are you guys fighting? If it's about me, please don't. I want to believe in myself. I want to be able to say, I know I can do this. So please, let me try.
ね
And besides, there's one place where the mastermind might not notice. One place?
えそうよ
Remember? There's another place besides here where there's no surveillance camera. A room without a surveillance camera. That's it! The secret room you told me about. I definitely remember there was no surveillance camera in there. And I do believe you can connect to the network from there. I remember seeing an Ethernet port on the wall.
だけど
However, just because there's no camera there doesn't mean there's no danger. There's no way to ensure the mastermind isn't monitoring the network somehow. We'll also have to move Alter Ego, and the mastermind may spot us going into the secret room. If they pick up on any of this, then it's all over. You're right.
そうするべきよ
But despite all that, I still think we need to try.
そう
Because that's our best chance of finding any new clues. Kyoko, in that case, will you let me carry him? There's no way you could hide him with what you're wearing, right? So let me do it.
そうね
Okay then, I'll leave it to you. Thank you.
じゃあ
Then, let's get started. It's gonna be a little cramped for you, Alter Ego. Bear with us, okay? We started packing him up right away. I closed the laptop and stuffed it underneath my jacket. it tickles. Shh, you can't talk right now. We're gonna move to the other room. Until we get there, you have to be absolutely silent, okay? Understood. Your command has been implemented. Good. To have him react like a machine like that all of a sudden, I didn't know how to react.
苗木くん
In the secret room, there's a bunch of different cables in one of the desk drawers. So there might be a network cable in there?
でも
Assuming the mastermind hasn't taken it already. Well, all we can do is go and check for ourselves.
そうね
Agreed. Let's head to the secret room. Oh, I gotta go do it, huh? Okay, that was what, second floor? Bathroom? Wasn't it? Yeah, second floor. Okay. Kitty, are you gonna follow me in here? Because Monokuma's gonna be all like, hey, Makoto,
どうして
are you sure all the documents are gone? I refuse to believe you. Go and check again. What?
いいわね
Just hurry up and go, and make sure you don't run off. I'm gonna wait right here. Oh, I get it. She's acting. She was so forceful. I thought somehow I'd made her mad again.
ちょっ
Why are you standing there? Hurry up and go. Okay, I'm going.
とじゃあ
And be thorough. I'm counting on you. Alright, let's go to the secret room. Okay, first we have to find a network cable. Right in here. According to Kyoko, there should be a bunch of cables in this drawer. Found it! This is a network cable, right? Now we just have to connect Alter Ego. I immediately got to work. I pulled out the laptop and connected it to the Ethernet cord with the cable. And that should do it. Yeah, I think it worked. Just leave the rest to me. I swear I'll find something. I might even be able to connect to the outside world. If I can, I'll see if I can call for help. So please, just wait a little while longer. Just hold on tight and put your faith in me. As I was about to leave, I decided to leave him with one last thing. No matter what, we're gonna get out of here. You and all the rest of us, as friends. Friends? Even me? Thank you. Thank you, Makoto. Aww. That's so sweet.
苗木くん
How'd it go? Well, it went okay, but the, documents were gone, just like I told you. My reply was an unintentional mix of acting and real feelings.
そう
I see. Then there's nothing left for us here.
じゃあね
Goodbye. Before I knew it, Kyoko was walking away. She wasn't acting anymore. That much was for sure. Kyoko!
何
Yes? So, we're just gonna split
な
up?
んで
Of course. I have no reason to stay with you at this point. Well, maybe, but isn't that a little too direct? Should I hesitate or fumble for something to say? You're so high maintenance. That's not what I meant. I just had more I wanted to talk to you about, like, what are you gonna do about Sakura?
そうね
Well, something has to be done. It's true.
でも
But the way things are right now, there's no way to persuade anyone. They don't have the mind to listen. Then, what should we...
それは
If we can find some new clue, that would likely change the situation. That's all we can hope for right now. Which is why Alter Ego,
So-
all we can do is wait and believe in our friends. You're right. That's our only option. We parted ways, and I headed back to my room. I'm kind of tired, so I laid down in bed. Maybe it was because of the stress of moving alter ego, but I was way more tired than I realized. So before long at all, that's pretty much what happened. I had completely dozed off. Hello? Huh? The sharp sound of the doorbell pierced my sleepy haze and pulled me back to the real world. Is this housekeeping?
苗木君
Makoto, get out here. Kyoko? What's going on? Hina just came to see me, and she was as white as a ghost. It sounds like something's happened. What? As soon as I heard those words, my heart started to beat a little faster. I suddenly found myself wide awake. She said for us to come to the rec room. The rec room? Okay, let's hurry. Hina, what's going on? Let me click on you. Makoto! Kyoko! Hina, what's wrong? Something's not right. In the rec room. What's inside? There was a window in the rec room door, and I hurried to look inside. And when I did... Sakura? Is she unconscious? She's sitting up in the chair like she's bowing her head.
ね
What's going on? Did something happen to her? I was just walking past and I happened to notice her through the window, but I couldn't get the door open. I tried knocking. I tried calling her name, but she wouldn't respond. So, what should we do? What are we gonna do?
とにかく
First of all, we need to get into that room. But the door's locked, right? And if we break in, we'll be violating school regulations.
いいわね
We're going to force our way in. I just said
違うわ
the door isn't locked. It's not locked because the rec room doesn't have a lock. Huh? Then why?
どうやら
It feels like the door is pressing up against something inside the room. Is it the chair? Chair.
つまり
Either way, this door isn't locked, which means, as far as I can tell, the rule doesn't apply. Then, there's no problem if we break in. Let's smash the window. That should be the fastest way. Okay, I'll go get something to break it with. Wait right here. Inside the rec room, Sakura still hadn't moved an inch. She's just unconscious, right? Is she okay? I mean, it's Sakura, so I'm sure. Kyoko didn't reply. There was only silence. But that silence didn't last long. Here! I found the broom in the classroom. Use it!
苗木君
You can handle this, right, Makoto?
お願い
Come on, please, hurry! Okay, you two, stand back. I took hold of the broom and swung as hard as I could, aiming directly at the window. All it took was one solid hit. The window shattered into 100 pieces, scattering across the rec room floor. I stuck my hand through the now open window and started jostling the chair leaning against the door. The chair's pretty heavy, but if I can just... I pushed on it with all my strength, and finally, the knob turned. Sakura! I ran up to her as fast as I could, but the moment I laid my hand on her... No. No! How? She's smiling? Is she smiling? All I felt was cold death. I could only feel the last lingering warmth of a living body. Life had abandoned Sakura's body. And then... Oh no. Not Sakura!
死体が発見されました。一定の自由時間の後、学級裁判を開きます。
This sucks!
えさくらちゃんがさくらちゃんが の？
I heard Hina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. I could only look over at Sakura's dead body. We didn't make it in time. It's happened again. Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wondered, was she confirming that Sakura really was dead? Checking for a pulse or a reaction? I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the wreck. And I? Why? Why did this have to happen? That's all I could say. I repeated it over and over again.
私は
I need to examine Sakura's body. I just stood there, motionless behind her, while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed. While I stood there, unable to do a thing, time just passed. And after I don't know how long, I got everyone. Ogre? Oh, she's dead, huh?
なるほどな。
Sakura's been killed. I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began.
ちょっと
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means.
面白い。
Sakura was murdered, and by someone in this very room. Is that what you were going to say?
え
No. Whoever killed her, it's not just someone in this room.
あんたたちが
It was one of you, Hiro, Byakuya, Toko. One of you killed Sakura. What?
なんで
You're accusing us before we've even begun the investigation? I don't need to investigate anything. Because you hated her. You hated the sight of her.
許せない
One of you did it. I know it. You know it?
ドキドキ
Jeez. I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just by getting mad.
なんなの
What are you doing here?
まだまだ
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer.
じゃあモノクマファイル
That's right. It's the next Monokuma file.
にゃほほほ
And don't get so mad, Miss Asahina, or you're gonna ruin that lewd little face of yours.
と
Now then, with that, Hold on. There's something I want to ask you.
は
Huh? It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura.
あにゃあにゃ
Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you fought her. Maybe you and her fought again, and
つ
then
まり
I killed her?
うん
Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. That whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to a most regrettable end without even getting the chance to finish things with me.
ふう
Which, thank God for that, it saved me the trouble of having to go through with our little fight.
しょぼー
Because even for someone like me, it would have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth like that.
あのね
I gotta tell ya, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she violated a rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her.
いいね
So, I don't know who it was, but whoever the Blacken is this time, I owe you one. You owe them one? Oopsie! Before you get all pissy potty at me, you better figure out who did it first.
知らん
Cause, I mean, your lives are all on the line, right?
プププププ何
What the hell? He owes them one?
許せない
I hate him. I hate this whole thing. Well, I, for one, am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind, after all. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura.
とにかく
Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can't do that, we're all dead. Now let's decide who would stand guard this time. I'll do it. Hina? I'm okay. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here with Sakura.
まあいいだろ
Okay then. Hina is guard number 1, but we need one more. Kyoko, that's you. Me? You're always a thorn in my side. This time, just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. An order?
いいわ。
Fine. I'll stay behind. Then it's settled. Let's begin, shall we? Hold on. Before that, there's something I want to say,
なんだ
which is... Shiro, Byakuya, Toko. None of you are allowed to set foot in the crime scene. What? One of you killed Sakura.
許せない。
I won't let someone like that come anywhere near her.
黙れ
Don't be stupid. Our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to use force, you're not getting in here. Well, it appears further discussion will be a waste of time. How about a compromise?
決まりだ
I won't ask you to let all of us in. Just let me. What? You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway. Nope, don't really care. I'd rather spend my time coming up with another splendid fantasy involving Master anyway. And you, Hiro? Do you really object? If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care?
決まりだ
Then it's decided.
何言ってんの？
Nothing's decided.
落ち着いて。
I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request. But
ね
we have to find out who killed Sakura,
え、そう。
for those of us still alive, and to honor Sakura's memory. Fine. I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Naturally. Who would want to touch a filthy dead body? That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation from here on out. Everyone, keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer,
いいわね。
all of us face execution. Finding out who killed Sakura. It's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's kind of hopeless hope. We have no choice but to just do it. I better check Monokuma file before anything else. Victim was Sakura Ogami. Time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. Body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. Evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. That doesn't list the cause of death.
ね
I think this case might be a challenge. Why is that?
え、それは。
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. And that door has been jammed shut with a chair from inside the rec room. Which means the killer have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So if the door was locked from the inside and there's no way in or out until we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right?
つま
In other words, this is a classic locked room murder. Locked room murder? I guess you might see this kind of thing in a mystery movie or books or whatever. But it could really happen in real life? And right before our very eyes like this?
り、ね
Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't
え、い
mind.
いわ。
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after an actual crime is committed. Simply means that the killer commits his crime, then through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include a string or simple mechanism. There are a number of different variations. So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
そう。
The second type is the locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Oh?
つまり。
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from the outside to target the victim inside. You push the switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, something like that.
だけど。
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and that door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
そうね。
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by that?
つまり。
They stay hidden, and when the door is opened, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everybody else, and that's that. It sounds like it could have been possible. Maybe.
そうね。
And the fourth type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked
つ
room?
まり。
By that I mean, there's actually an alternate escape route within the room. You see this a lot in the novel and things, but in reality, it's generally not possible. Then, you think we can cross that one off too?
Eh.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locker room mysteries, those are the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. Then, Kyoko, which one of these 4 choices seems most likely in this case?
そうね。
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during the trial. But right now, I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. Alright, let's talk to everybody.
なんなの？
We already know who did it.
許せない。
Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't just stand the sight of her. You have to agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then, let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all 3 of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually, she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon? The Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, but she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I stopped her, by force even, this never would have happened. Hina, it's impossible to have regrets, I know. Or not to have regrets, sorry. But yeah, you think you could really stop Sakura by force? Seriously? But the fact that she asked those 3 to meet with her, and that she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying, that might be good to confirm what I just heard with the 3 of them directly. Probably so, but there's blood over here. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. Must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why so far away from where she died? Alright, what about Sakura herself? Sakura drew her last breath, sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of a blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she is also vomiting blood. I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So, what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Making her, maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. Byakuya.
まあいいだろう。
However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting?
当然だ。
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. Something back here. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and these are at the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must originally have been a bottle. Okay. Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Okay. Oh, I didn't even notice that there. This looks like some kind of wrapper. That's... Do you recognize it, Hina?
それは
Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So, after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help calm her down a little. So, you gave candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much?
だって
But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've all lost their flavor. Hina. So sad. Same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here. Okay, but nothing. I don't know if we're gonna notice any blood or anything. What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So, you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped that note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept this as fact.
Oi.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Kitty Kitty, what you got?
でも
But for Sakura to have been killed. Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
そうね
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She is the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
確かに
Certainly. They wouldn't have needed to if they expected to stand a chance against her. Can I leave? No? What else am I missing? The door? Huh? The locker's open. And they're on the inside. It's a handprint.
なぜ
What's a handprint doing here? Looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and left a handprint in all the dust.
そうね
It looks quite fresh too. I'd say somebody was hiding in the locker and then left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid here until the locked room was open, don't you think? And during all that confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
違うわ
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not?
ね
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh, yeah. And the locker was already open at that point.
え
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? There's also the drinks. There are four red bottles lined up on the shelf. And inside each bottle, there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how'd they get those figures inside the bottles?
それは
It's no different than your standard ship in a bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat that's placed inside? You've never seen that? Oh, yeah, maybe I have.
つまり
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. I feel like I'm starting to make sense of things, little by little. The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass and Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Maybe? What else do I need to look at? I don't know. Oh, over here? That's what we did, right? There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance of the room.
それが
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loves her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
違うわ
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
ちょっ
But that's strange. Huh? What is?
とね
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. There must have been parts of the window I broke to get inside.
そう
But they aren't just scattered around the can. They're also underneath it. Why does that matter?
それは
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it can become an important clue later on. An important clue? I'm not sure I see how. Because it's on top of the glass, you doof. That means that somebody placed it there after you broke the window. Alright, anything else? That chair? That's the chair that we just pop up, right? This chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think that the chair had anything special done to it. Okay, well, I don't... What else am I missing? Her chair? No. I'm not sure. Have I checked her body yet? Actually, you know what? I don't think I have, but I'm going to save that for the next episode, because that would be something good to go off of, and we'll see what else we can find. But I'm so bummed that Sakura's gone. I don't know who killed her. I don't know how they did it, but I'm going to find out. And I'm probably going to be horrifically depressed, because that's how this game does things to me. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed. I'll see you guys on the next time, AMJ. Let's play. The spy is actually Sakura Ogami. He said it so openly. It made it sound like it wasn't that big of a deal, even though he just revealed a huge secret. What? What did you just say? You said the spy is Sakura. What are you talking about? There's no way Sakura's a spy, right? Sakura? Sakura?